How to Train Your Dragon live action, released on June 13, 2025, largely adhered to the beloved narrative of the 2010 animated film, while leveraging the visual realism of live action to deepen the impact of its fantastical world and emotional core. How to Train Your Dragon live action 2025, The Unlikely Rider the Island, a rugged bastion of a multiracial coalition of Vikings explained as a place where various tribes settle due to the dragon menace, is under constant siege. Dragons swoop from the sky, snatching livestock, torching homes, and challenging the hardened warriors. Among them is stoic the vast Gerard Butler, reprising his voice role from the animated film with even more gruff gravitas, the chieftain, a mountain of a man dedicated to finding and destroying the dragon's nest. The film opens with a visceral, thunderous dragon raid on the Viking village of Berk. Before leaving, he enrolls Hiccup in Gobber's dragon fighting class, hoping to make a man of him. Hiccup struggles, his meek nature and inventive mind ill-suited for brute force. Terrified and furious, she threatens to expose him. To convince her, Hiccup takes her on a breathtaking flight with Toothless, soaring through the clouds and showing her the beauty and freedom of a dragon's perspective. He chooses a captive monstrous nightmare, intending to demonstrate that dragons can be reasoned with. You did it for compassion, not weakness. Inspired by her words, Hiccup realizes he must act. He rallies his fellow teens, teaching them how to bond with the training dragons they've been fighting. Together, they mount the dragons and race after Stoic's fleet. However, Stoic, frustrated and desperate to secure their victory against the dragons, inadvertently provokes the monstrous nightmare, causing it to attack Hiccup. Toothless, despite the danger, instinctively dives into the inferno to save him. He pulls an unconscious Hiccup from the wreckage, but in the process, Hiccup loses his left leg. Hiccup walks in, and with a quiet smile, places his own notebook over the page, revealing his detailed, loving sketches of Toothless. The camera lingers on the drawing, a testament to the enduring friendship that changed everything, and a promise of more adventures to come. The monstrous beast emerges from the volcano, easily overwhelming the Viking fleet. Just as all seems lost, Hiccup and his friends burst onto the scene, riding their dragons, creating a diversion. The Red Death is an awe-inspiring, terrifying sight, and the live-action portrayal truly captures its immense scale and destructive power. Toothless, breaking free from his hiding place, rushes to save Hiccup. Stoic, witnessing Hiccup's courage and realizing his grave mistake, rushes in, rescuing both Hiccup and Toothless from the wreckage. In a powerful, tearful moment, Stoic reconciles with his son, telling him how proud he is. The village is thrown into chaos, Toothless is captured, and Stoic, witnessing his son's betrayal, is heartbroken and enraged. They lure the massive dragon into the sky, maneuvering it into a dive, where they damage its immense wings. As it plummets, Hiccup delivers a precise blast of fire into its mouth, the dragon's only vulnerable point. The Red Death crashes and explodes, a cataclysmic end to the reign of terror. He disowns Hiccup and, using Toothless as his unwilling guide, sets off with his entire fleet to destroy the Red Death's nest. During their flight, Toothless instinctively leads them to the dragon's nest, a colossal, active volcano. Dragons and Vikings now coexist peacefully, a vibrant, harmonious society where once there was only conflict. Hiccup awakens in his bed to find Toothless by his side. Gobber, with his usual gruff affection, has fashioned Hiccup a new prosthetic leg, a mirror of Toothless's prosthetic tail. Hiccup steps out to a hero's welcome, now admired by his village. Astrid, no longer a rival, but an admirer and a true friend, greets him with a proud smile and a genuine kiss, solidifying their budding romance. Berk has entered a new era, led by the unexpected hero who taught them a different way to live. Inside, they witness the horrific truth: a monstrous, gigantic dragon known as the Red Death enslaves other dragons, forcing them to raid villages and bring it food, lest they be eaten themselves. The dragons attack Berk out of fear, not malice. He secretly returns to the cove, cautiously befriending the Night Fury, whom he names Toothless for its retractable teeth. He discovers Toothless's inability to fly without a fully functioning tail. Using his engineering prowess, Hiccup designs and builds a prosthetic tail fin and harness, which requires him to pilot the dragon himself, forging an unbreakable bond. Scrawny, awkward, and prone to inventing contraptions rather than wielding axes, he's an embarrassment to his mighty father. but intelligent, curious, and even affectionate creatures driven to steal by a far greater threat. He applies this knowledge in dragon training, baffling his peers by calmly subduing dragons that others struggle against, earning admiration but also suspicion from Astrid, his rival and crush. He works as an apprentice to the boisterous blacksmith gobber Nick Frost, whose own missing limbs are a testament to the dangers of their world. Hiccup desperately wants to prove himself to be a true dragon slayer like the other teens: Astrid Nika Parker, Snotlout Gabriel Howell, Fishlegs Julian Dennison, and the twins Roughnut Bronwyn James and Toughnut Harry Trevaldwin. She urges Hiccup to tell the village, but Hiccup, fearing for Toothless's life, insists on keeping it a secret for now. His son, Hiccup Horrendous Haddock 3 Mason Thames, is anything but a typical Viking. He fires it into the stormy night, and, to his astonishment, seemingly brings down a night fury, the most elusive and terrifying of all dragons, its presence a mere whisper in Viking legends. No one believes him, least of all his father. During a particularly intense raid, Hiccup, against Gobber's exasperated warnings, unveils his latest invention, a bolus launcher. Determined to prove his worth, Hiccup ventures into the dense, misty forest. He finds the Night Fury trapped in a hidden cove, its tail fin severely damaged by his bolus, rendering it unable to fly. The creature is magnificent and fearsome, but also helpless. Hiccup, steeling himself to deliver the killing blow, finds he cannot. Instead, driven by an inexplicable empathy, he cuts the ropes, setting the dragon free. The Night Fury lets out a guttural roar, startling Hiccup, then disappears into the shadows. Stoic, growing desperate in his search for the dragon's nest, prepares his fleet for a perilous voyage. Through Toothless, Hiccup learns the true nature of dragons. They are not mindless beasts. Astrid, fiercely competitive and initially resentful of Hiccup's sudden success, follows him and discovers his secret with Toothless. Astrid is stunned by the revelation. Back in Berk, the unyielding tradition dictates that Hiccup, having performed so well in training, must kill a dragon in front of the entire village as his final exam. Astrid, seeing Hiccup's profound despair and understanding the gravity of his discovery, reassures him, "You didn't do it for them, you did it for Toothless." The Vikings arrive at the nest and break through its defenses, inadvertently awakening the colossal Red Death. Hiccup bravely attempts to free Toothless from the sinking Viking ship. Hiccup and Toothless, now a united force, engage the Red Death in a spectacular mid-air battle. In the fiery aftermath, Hiccup is thrown from Toothless's back. The film ends weeks later, with Berk transformed. The post-credit scene reinforces the new bond. The Book of Dragons rests on a table, open to the entry for the Night Fury, which traditionally has no illustration.